What's good, everybody? It is Monday, April 18th, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not even close. Wheels up to the Zurich Classic today, but first things first, we got to take care of some business. But before we look forward, as always, we must look back, and what a great day we had at the brand on Sunday. Where do I start? Well, Alex killed it with his first ever Major League Baseball prop on the show. Micah, of course. Oh, look who else cashed a couple over the weekend. Your boy did. And then, of course, SportsLine. If you're a member, well, then you had the Gamblers. You had the Padres. Then you cashed the Gem as well. A great day to educate and entertain. And so many of you in the chat already being so positive, and that's what we love. Who's got a little birthday today? John Parker. Happy birthday, John. Appreciate you spending a little bit of it with us and my stars of the show. Let's bring them in right now. Look at the three that I got together today. First and foremost, we call her Allie Bama, but right now she's the Ice Queen. Allie, good morning.
Good morning. Super happy to be here with Alex and John for today.
And we are super happy to have you here today as well. Now, this man has been on an absolute fire. We have settled on Bollman's best bets, and I already see somebody in the chat already put it out there today. I love it. It's already catching on. Johnny B, good morning.
What's up, Coach? We got an 11 a.m. baseball game today, but unfortunately, this will be the last of the run of day baseball, so we've got to enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, I know it. It's in Boston. I used to be on the board of directors for David Ortiz's charity. So every year for this game, we were very, very active. It was a great day in Boston. And maybe we'll cash. SportsLine has the Red Sox minus 145. You never know. Now, live from parts unknown. Man, it is great to have this man a full-time part of the show. Prop Stars. Alex, good morning, sir.
Coach, what's good? I'm fired up. This is my inaugural Early Edge show with Allie. So this is a very special moment for me.
I always love it how you figure out one time out of every show what's first for you. Because then that means, this is the first time that my hair went that way today. Yeah, I love
all about the milestones, Coach.
It's all about the milestones, one foot in front of the other. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And if you've been paying attention, and I know many of you got jobs, you got lives, you got things to do. Well, this is why we've got Allie. Because on the money line, Allie, there's some teams that's got some value. Talk to me.
Yep. So if you kind of look through this season, the Rangers, I know I've talked about them being a really good team to kind of take the under on. They're like around 64% around for the under. But on the money line also, even though they're not necessarily what you'd think of as like a totally winning team, they're actually the most profitable. You'd be up about almost $1,200 if you bet the money line for every Rangers game so far this season, but you can kind of compare that to a team like Florida. Even though they've barely lost anything, they'd only be up 238 if you took them, just because of those juicy odds on every single thing. So I think it's really important that you kind of find a team to stick with, but you're also not laying those huge money lines, because that's where it can really take you out even when you have a winning team.
Oh, interesting. So you're saying we shouldn't play minus 286 plays every day?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I was clear. Just want to make sure I was clear. Thank you, Allie. Interesting. I don't know who would do that anyway. Who would do minus 286 on a straight money line play day after day? All right, so moving on. Allie, thank you so much. You know what? As we get through the weekend, and by the way, Johnny, I don't think yesterday there was a bunch of check marks next to your name. What did you go yesterday, by the way?
Yesterday we were just 1-1, but 2 days ago we were 4-1 plus 3.9 units. Big day.
Yeah, the days roll together, but the 4-1 does not. But as we continue to stay hot, we've got to stay on top of what? Injuries. Talk to me.
Yeah, injuries were a big problem over the weekend. With a short spring training, a lot of players seem to be getting injured around this time. This is usually about the time of the year where we see if that was an impact. Players that are missing: Byron Buxton left early. It doesn't seem like his injury is serious, which is very good. Mike Trout was hit on the hand. X-rays were negative, though, so he shouldn't be out for too long. Hyunjin Ryu is on the IL. Luis Patino has an oblique injury. That's actually pretty serious. He should be out multiple months. Teoscar Hernandez also has an oblique, I believe. That's a couple weeks, though. Javier Baez is out. John Means could be out for the entire season, which sucks. He's on the Orioles, so they don't lose too much for the season there, but not good for him. Casey Mize, Sonny Gray, Taiwan Walker, Yadier Molina's day-to-day, Blake Snell. And then the other thing I wanted to get into is the COVID list. So we saw players being added to the COVID list: Mark Canha, Brandon Nimmo, Jordan Alvarez over the weekend. So I wanted to get into the 2022 COVID rules a bit. They're only testing symptomatic players this year, and you can test out of the protocol. So they say you should be in 5-10 days. It doesn't really matter because you can test out without a minimum number of days. There are no more tracking wristbands. And if there is an outbreak, a team is allowed to call in a taxi squad. So games really won't get canceled for it. But mainly this is just another reason why it's very important to list your pitchers, because anything could happen.
That is such a great story. Lines, multiple. Stay on top of your lines. I would just do this. I would follow John Bollman 11 on Twitter because he is active all day long and stuff like this. He's on top of it. Follow my man, but also do your homework as well. Speaking of doing his homework, this man always does his homework. He's one of the great NBA minds that we have at SportsLine. And this morning, I would love a little perspective on the upcoming NBA schedule. By the way, somebody in the chat, I believe it was Kyle, asked if there's going to be a ESPN, an early edge NBA live stream tonight. Kyle, what do you think? We're here, and we're here for you tonight, Wednesday night, Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and my man Alex will be a part of that team. But Alex, for today, what do you got?
Yeah, we've got 3 games on tonight's NBA slate, Coach, starting with the 76ers and the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors could be extremely shorthanded as 2 starters are listed as doubtful. Rookie of the Year candidate Scotty Barnes, starting shooting guard Gary Trent Jr., and Thad Young are all listed as doubtful tonight. It'll be interesting to see if the Raptors can remain competitive in this game, considering they're a team that isn't very deep, and Nick Nurse likes to really play his starters very heavy minutes, so this is going to have a significant impact for the Raptors. Next up, Mavs versus Jazz. Speaking of shorthanded, we know Luka is doubtful tonight, not expected to play. He missed game 1. The Mavs were more competitive in that game than I think most people thought. They were down 1 point, I believe, with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Pretty impressive considering how vital Luka is to that team. If the Mavs are able to steal a win tonight in Utah, it does sound like Luka has a shot potentially returning either game 3 or game 4 back in Dallas. Will be interesting to keep an eye on that. Finally, last up is the Nuggets versus the Warriors. This game was surprisingly probably the least competitive game on the weekend slate, or at least on Saturday. That was surprising to me considering Steph Curry came off the bench. He only played 21 minutes. Jordan Poole started in his place and was phenomenal. 30 points, Coach, on 13 shots. It will be very interesting to see if Steve Kerr sticks with that lineup or if Poole potentially heads back to the bench. We also saw a glimpse of the Warriors' new and improved death lineup with Draymond at center, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Steph Curry. They played 6 minutes together, Coach. But we remember how good that lineup was back when the Warriors were winning championships with Draymond at center. This looks like the new hybrid version of that. I'm interested to see how long they go with that lineup tonight.
And it's crazy because I was one of the idiots who did not believe in this team and took the Nuggets on another little show that I appear on periodically. I put the Nuggets in the series, and right now I feel kind of stupid for doing that too. But it's neither here nor there. Great storylines, Alex, by you. Now, so I just got a text. Oh, my goodness. All right, we're going to have to bring this on the show here in a second because it's always fluid. You know, the show's always changing. You guys make the show. So before I get into my plays from SportsLine, because we love our Apple listeners and our Spotify listeners so much, and we've grown so much, we've got to take a little break. And we are back. See how smooth we do that? Right back into it. So today, we're going to do 3 big plays from SportsLine. If you're not a member, what are you doing? You could have Allie. You could have Prop Stars. You could have Johnny. Hell, sometimes you could even have me. But if you're not a member, you can't be a part of the community. So come on over and let's do this. So 3 big plays today. Where are we going? Where are we going? Well, because I just got that text, my rundown just canceled on my phone. So let me buy some time. Here we go. Now, I know Buckets is in the chat, so I'm very, very nervous giving out one of his plays, but this is what we're going to do. Barcelona, Cadiz, today, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're going a little different. It's a prop soccer bet. We're going to go over 2.5 corner kicks for Cadiz. Now, Bucket says they have to be aggressive. They need to have a game where they're pressing forward. See how I talk about soccer? So the corners are going to be significant, minus 160, a little juicy, but he says the juice, it's worth the squeeze. Then let's go to the NBA. Raptors, Sixers, 76ers, they look phenomenal in game 1. We believe they'll do it again in game 2, minus the 7:30 Eastern time. In our simulations at SportsLine, 65% of the time it's cashing. Then one play from the NHL, late night, 10:30 Eastern time. The Vancouver Canucks, minus 105 over the Dallas Stars. This is from our main man, Steven Owa. So we've got games all throughout the day, 3, 7:30, 10:30. What else could you want? All right, now let's get into my cappers for the day because I'm super excited. I said yesterday, I had a feeling we were going to sweep the board. We came very, very close. Can we do it on our new week? The first day of the week. So, Allie, Bama, I need you to start me off. What do you got?
Okay, so today I'm going to play the Guardians on the first 5 money line, and that's about minus 115. I think Cleveland, they have the edge here with Shane Bieber. He made 4 starts versus the White Sox last season, and he pitched really well in all of them. And they did end up winning all of those first 5 innings except for one. One of those wasn't really his fault because he was taken out due to injury or some other reason in the third. But otherwise, yeah, the Guardians won all 5 innings with Shane Bieber versus the White Sox last season. And then you also had one of those games, which was a 9-inning shutout, which is very impressive as well. And then you have the White Sox with Dallas Keuchel starting. He made 3 starts versus them last season, and he had a 6.31 ERA. So I do think Shane Bieber, he's pitched really well this season, and the Guardians have played really well through first 5 innings. So I think we'll see them take it for first 5 today.
Oh, and I do too. I love that we have baseball back now, and you can kind of throw your phenomenal nuggets on 2 sports now, not just one. So, Allie, thank you very much. Now, Johnny B is always here to back up Allie with his baseball picks. So I'm looking, and we've got 2 juiced picks today. But because it's buckets and because it's Johnny B, I'm not worried at all. Johnny, the floor is yours.
Yeah, and Monday usually favorites win, so that's why I'm not as scared off with these odds. But I like Astros money line minus 160 versus the Angels today. This is the last home opener in the MLB tonight, and it's in Houston. Both teams will be missing key players. The Angels should probably be without Mike Trout. His x-rays were negative, but he should still be out of the lineup. Ryan Presley, the Astros closer, is also on the IL, so that does worry me a bit. Yordan Alvarez is expected back for the Astros, though, the DH who was on the COVID list. Michael Lorenzen was very good in his debut against the Marlins, but that's the Marlins. Luis Garcia has only allowed 2 hits in 4 innings pitched in his first start, and he was also much better at home last season at 6-5 with a 2.73. Luis Garcia didn't pitch too well against the Angels last season, but he did improve as the season went along. The Astros were 7-3 at home against the Angels last season, and they're 16-7 against them in their last 23 games overall. So I like the Astros at home.
I love the Astros at home, too, especially after you told me that on Mondays, favorites win. The nugget you gave last week about Wednesdays and Thursdays was phenomenal, fascinating. I keep a book of little notes that I learned from each and every one of you, and it pays off. It may not pay off that day, but it pays off. Remember that little nugget from Johnny B and the Astros on the money line. Now, your boy started, I don't know, about 10 days ago doing my cash with the coach selection. And we started off 3 bad beats. And I was like, do I really want to do this? But I have caught fire. So today I'm going right back to the well. Because the Mavericks play faster when Luka is not in the lineup. I think they were nervous. I don't think they were used to playing without him so much in a playoff game. And they did not go over in game 1. But tonight, it's only 2:06. The Jazz can score, and the Mavs will get it going, and they will sail to the over. So my pick, one play today, the over 2:06 Jazz and the Mavericks. Now, I saved this man for the end because if you watch the show and you watch the brand for however long, that he is becoming a rock star before our very eyes. Not just because he looks like one, because he is one. Alex, prop stars. You're in the maestro spot for a reason. Let's go, big boy.
All right, Coach. I've got a K-prop, not to be confused with K-pop, that I absolutely love. That is San Francisco Giants pitcher, one of my favorite players as well, Alex Cobb, over 4.5 strikeouts. I will preface by stating that this was minus 130 literally half an hour ago, but has since moved quite a bit on most books. It's up to minus 150 now. I'd still take a crack at it there. However, I would lay off at anything juicier than minus 155. Listen, Cobb looked fantastic in his first outing of the season against the Padres. Struck out 5 of the first 6 batters he faced. Fanned 10 people in the game in just 5 innings. Cobb had an incredible spring, which I paid very close attention to, which included a significant uptick in his fastball velocity. He ran his fastball as high as 97 miles per hour this past Friday after averaging 93 miles per hour during the 2021 season, seemingly a product of cleaning up his delivery at Driveline over the offseason. Over the spring, he was had a 1.23 ERA, over 9.5 innings, just looked absolutely incredible. That carried over and translated to the first game right away. Facing a Mets team that ranks 23rd in strikeout percentage. However, I do think they haven't faced very many quality pitchers this season, so those stats are somewhat skewed in my opinion. We know Citi Field is one of the least hitter-friendly ballparks as well. Cobb is a late bloomer. I think he's like the perfect fit for this Giants team. If he stays healthy, I think it's going to be a career season. I love him over 4.5 strikeouts today.
Oh, and apparently I didn't know, Alex, excuse me, I didn't know you and Buckets were so tight. You guys were like, yeah, because he just said in the chat, my boy, prop, I'm in. Apparently you guys are boys. I do need to give a quick early edge shout out. Johnny Golden in the chat, for you guys that know, he's here almost every single day. Look what he posted on Twitter today. The early edge hoodie in front of the BetMGM Sports Lounge. And he just said he got recognized for the sweatshirt. We're growing. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. When you get gear, post it. We'll put it on the show. That's how we grow. Man, it feels good. Johnny, great job by you. You look fantastic. Hopefully you played all those plays yesterday and you were standing at the pay window all day long. Phenomenal. Let's go. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. We're up against it. Here is the recap courtesy of the jeweler. Oh, Alabama. There's been some confusion, I think, in the chat because MLB.com still has Bieber starting for the Guardians. So we'll keep that. You guys are all talking. I'm a little confused.
I believe Tristan McKenzie was slated at some point last night to start, but Bieber is starting now, and I believe Bieber's should start right now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, Alex Cobb over 4.5 strikeouts minus 130. Then Johnny B. Astros on the money line, but you heard him say, favorites on Mondays, they win. Then I'm going to go with the over 206 in the Jazz and the Mavs game. And then three plays today from SportsLine. We're going to go Cadiz over 2.5 corners from Buckets minus 160. I don't even know if you can do the juice is worth the squeeze with the guy in the chat. That would be cool. 76ers minus the 7. Then Canucks on the ice minus 105. Then Jeweler, show your face. Explain your gem today, sir.
Well, Johnny B says that favorites win on Mondays, so let's do the little West Coast version of that. We're going to take the Padres on the money line. They're playing the Reds. They just got swept by the Dodgers. Simulation has the Friars winning in 63% of simulations. Pair that up with the Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5 versus the Atlanta Braves. Tailing Maestro on this one. Kershaw might as well go out there, throw 2 more perfect innings, and let Twitter go absolutely insane. That would be great. On top of that, Oscar Enoya, I think I said that right, ended his last season on a skid. First outing this year, had 5 earned runs allowed in 3 innings pitched. So we're going to take the Trolley Dodgers minus 1.5, pair that up with the Padres on the money line plus 214.
You're the man. Thank you, Jeweler. Padres cashing for us last night individually. The Dodgers, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention, I live out here in the Los Angeles area, and they win every single game. Every game by at least 2 runs. Every game. They've been unbelievable covering the run line. Unbelievable. So we'll put them in the gym today, though, because the Braves are a really good team. They're the defending champs. You don't want to put too much exposure out there. All right, as I told you, I will be wheels up later today. I'm heading to the Zurich Classic, but I will be back on the show tomorrow. Don't worry, you'll be in good hands tonight for the NBA live stream. We'll be back Wednesday and Thursday, and maybe we'll even add another show or two. If you guys really like those, maybe we'll add a couple of nights. You guys dictate what we do. Now, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. It's a new week. I feel the energy. I feel the positivity. I feel all of you inside of me. So let's go right now. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. Alabama, Johnny B, my man Prop Stars, and of course the jeweler who puts it all together here at the brand. I am the coach. We're every single morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then also in the evening on particular nights. But we do it. We do it for you. And damn it, we love it so much. Tell all your friends about the early edge. Good luck.